Have you ever woken up in the morning and wondered, what's the point of today? Maybe the days feel like they're blending together, and that spark you used to feel is harder to find. You're not alone. Many of us, after 60, start to feel like something's missing, like life has lost a little of its color. But here's the good news: it doesn't have to stay that way. Experts and seniors alike agree, life after 60 can still be rich, joyful, and full of meaning. The secret, it's not about big, dramatic changes. It's about the little things, the essentials that keep us feeling alive, connected, and valued. In this video, we'll talk about 6 simple but powerful essentials that can turn emptiness into fulfillment. These aren't complicated or expensive. Just small, everyday habits that make a world of difference. Whether it's finding purpose in a daily routine, staying active in ways that feel good, or nurturing the relationships that keep us going, these are the things that help us thrive, not just get by. So, let's start with the first essential. Something so simple, yet so powerful, that it can transform how you feel every single day. You know that feeling when the days start to blend together. When Monday feels like Thursday, and suddenly, you can't remember what made today different from yesterday. That's what happens when we lose our rhythm, when our days lack structure and intention. But here's the thing: a simple, purposeful routine can change everything. Think about the small rituals that used to bring you joy. Maybe it was sipping your morning coffee while watching the birds outside, tending to your garden, or settling in with a good book in the afternoon. Those little moments weren't just passing time, they were anchors. They gave your day shape and meaning. You don't need a strict schedule or a long to-do list. It's about finding a few meaningful activities that make you feel like you. Maybe it's writing a letter to a grandchild, taking a short walk after breakfast, or calling an old friend every Wednesday. These small habits create a gentle flow to your day. A sense of "this is what I do, and it matters." And here's the best part: when your days have purpose, you wake up with something to look forward to. It's not about filling every minute. It's about weaving in moments that make you feel alive. So, ask yourself, what's one small thing I can do today that will make me feel good? Start there. Let that be your first step toward days that feel full instead of empty. Let's talk about something we often take for granted until it starts to slip away: our energy. Remember when you could bend down to tie your shoes without thinking twice, or carry groceries in from the car without feeling winded? Our bodies change, yes, but that doesn't mean we have to surrender to stiffness or fatigue. The secret isn't running marathons or lifting heavy weights. It's the small, everyday movements that keep the engine running smoothly. Think of your body like a garden. It thrives with regular care, not occasional grand gestures. A short walk around the block, gentle stretching while you watch the morning news, or even just standing up and sitting down a few extra times while you're waiting for the kettle to boil. These tiny actions add up. And here's what's truly remarkable: when you move your body, you're not just helping your muscles and joints. You're lifting your mood too. There's science behind it. Physical activity releases those feel-good chemicals in your brain that fight off the blues. So when you take that extra lap around the kitchen or stretch your arms toward the sky, you're doing more than staying limber. You're reminding yourself, I'm still here, and I'm still capable. Start small. Park a little farther from the store entrance. Do ankle circles while you're sitting in your favorite chair. Dance to one old song while you're cooking dinner. Your body was made to move, and every little bit helps you feel more like you again. Have you ever noticed how a simple chat with a neighbor can brighten your whole day? Or how hearing a loved one's voice on the phone suddenly makes the world feel lighter? That's not just coincidence, it's proof of something profound. We humans are wired for connection. As we get older, our circles sometimes shrink without us even realizing it. Friends move away, family gets busy, and before we know it, we might go days without a real heart-to-heart conversation. But here's what doctors and psychologists are telling us. Loneliness isn't just about feeling blue. It can actually affect our health as much as smoking or high blood pressure. The good news: even one meaningful connection can make all the difference. It could be that weekly call with your granddaughter who always asks about your childhood stories, the coffee date with your old work buddy where you solve all the world's problems, even just smiling and chatting with the mail carrier or the cashier at your regular grocery store. These moments matter more than we think. They remind us we are not invisible, that our stories and presence still count. If you're feeling disconnected today, try this: reach out to someone, anyone, and really listen when they answer. That exchange of warmth and attention, that's the stuff that keeps our hearts young. Remember the thrill of solving a tricky crossword clue, or that satisfying aha moment when you finally mastered your new phone. Those little victories aren't just fun, they refuel for your mind. Just like our bodies need movement, our brains crave challenges to stay sharp and engaged. The world wants us to believe that learning slows down as we age, but modern science tells a different story. Our brains keep growing and adapting at any age when we give them something interesting to chew on. The key: finding activities that make you lean forward with curiosity rather than slump back in frustration. You don't need to memorize the dictionary or learn quantum physics unless you want to. Simple, enjoyable challenges work wonders. That daily puzzle that makes you scratch your head, a new recipe that requires you to follow different steps. Even just switching up your usual walking route to notice new details. Every time you learn something new, whether it's how to video call your great-grandkids or the name of that bird visiting your feeder, you're rebuilding new connections in your brain. And here's the beautiful bonus: that sense of accomplishment. It spills over into everything else, making ordinary days feel more vibrant and alive. There comes a moment when we all need to hear this: your worth isn't measured by what you can do today compared to 20 years ago. That voice inside that whispers, "I am not as useful as I used to be." It's lying. The truth is, your value was never just about what you could produce or accomplish, it's about who you are. Think about the young cashier who always asks for your advice, or how your family leans in when you tell stories about the way things used to be. That's not just politeness, it's recognition of something priceless. You carry wisdom. Not the kind from books, but the kind that only comes from living. The setbacks you overcame, the changes you've witnessed, the love you've given, these aren't just memories. They a masterclass in being human. Practice treating yourself with the same respect you show your dearest friend. Notice when you're being hard on yourself and pause. Celebrate small wins without comparing them to your past. When others try to talk over you or dismiss your experience, politely but firmly reclaim your space. You've earned the right to take up space in this world, not despite your age, but because of it. Every laugh line, every scar, every piece of advice you could give represents a life fully lived. That's not just valuable, it's irreplaceable. There's a special kind of warmth that comes when someone says, "I really needed your help today." It's more than just feeling useful, it's the deep knowing that who you are and what you offer still matters in this world. This isn't just sentimentality, it's a fundamental human need that never retires. The beautiful truth is this: your capacity to make a difference didn't disappear with your job title or when the kids moved out. It simply changed form. That neighbor who lights up when you check on them. The grandchild who asks you to explain how things used to be. The community garden that thrives because of your watering can. These aren't small things, they proof that your presence ripples outward in ways you might not even see. Consider how you might share your skills: knitting, woodworking, storytelling with someone eager to learn. Offer the listening ear you've perfected over decades to someone going through tough times. Care for a pet or plants that depend on your attention. Even the simplest acts of contribution reconnect us to life's most powerful truth. We all woven together in an endless giving and receiving. Your role in that tapestry remains vital, not because of what you do, but because of who you are when you show up. As we come to the end of our time together, I want you to picture something. A tree that's weathered decades of seasons. Its branches might have changed, but look closer. It's still growing, still providing shade, still offering its unique beauty to the world. That's you. These 6 essentials we've talked about aren't items on a checklist. They're invitations. Invitations to wake up each morning knowing your life still overflows with possibility. To move through your days feeling grounded in purpose, connected to others, and alive with curiosity. To rest each evening recognizing, today, I mattered. The most important thing to remember, you don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Start with one small change. The one that speaks to you most right now. Maybe today it's adding structure to your mornings. Next week, it might be reaching out to an old friend. What matters is that you begin. Because here's the truth, the world needs you to know your best years aren't behind you. They're all around you, waiting to be claimed one intentional day at a time. So take a deep breath, straighten your shoulders, and step forward. Your extraordinary ordinary life, full of meaning, connection, and joy, is right here, ready to unfold. You've got this, and we're all better for having you here, living your life so fully. Now go show the world what 65 really looks like.